Welcome back everybody to more Star Wars reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. We're back in 1977, just Star Wars. Now Star Wars, this is the film that started it all. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, movie franchise of all time. Now the prequels, in my reviews, they were kind of, sad and, oh, this movie could have been so much better. But here, these reviews are going to be so much joyful, it's going to be happy, we're going to talk about all the great things that Star Wars, the original trilogy is. So back in 1977, I wasn't even born yet, but we got the introduction to some of the biggest movie characters of all time. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Darth Vader. And they were all introduced in this first film of the Star Wars franchise. They were all introduced in this film, and they were introduced so well. I think probably the best introduction of any characters in any movie. We get the introduction of Luke Skywalker, who has this feeling that he's destined for something bigger. He has a bigger purpose in life. He's living on this farm on Tatooine with his uncle and aunt, and he gets in possession of these two droids that have this message for an older man that goes by Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he seeks out Obi-Wan Kenobi, gives him the message, and it just sets in motion of this big space journey with meeting all of these new people and getting introduction to all these new characters. So thank you to R2-D2 and C-3PO for setting in motion such great movies. While meeting Obi-Wan Kenobi, we learn about the Force, and we don't know everything about the Force right off the bat. George Lucas does a great job of just, giving you guys the right information at the right time for pretty much everything in this movie. There's a lot of things in this movie where we want to know more, and that gets us locked into the movie. It gets us intrigued because they say certain things in this movie that you just want to know more about. We want to know more about Darth Vader and how he knew Obi-Wan Kenobi. We want to know about that past. At the time watching just the first Star Wars movie before the prequels, hearing those things, it's teasing you. You're getting so intrigued and so locked into this movie that you want to know more, and you can't wait and hope that they're going to make a next one. When I was younger, I was, locked watching this movie and can't wait to watch Empire Strikes Back at that time. Like I said, the characters are introduced so well. Luke Skywalker was introduced so well with, getting little information about the Force. Obi-Wan Kenobi just being this mysterious guy that, he has this important message and he has this past with the Force and his connection with Luke Skywalker's father. But then we meet one of the coolest movie characters of all time, Han Solo. Now Han Solo is just one of the coolest guys ever. He speaks his mind. He's not afraid to do whatever. And there was a real shift in the characters because we got Luke Skywalker, who's kind of just tagging along on this journey, wanting to learn a lot of things. And then we get Han Solo and Chewie, who are a bit of comic reliefs in this film, but they're so cool. Han Solo's a smuggler, and people, we had this idea about smugglers. They're probably not the best of people, but Han Solo, how he is as a character, how he speaks his mind, and is willing to help people, I think that makes him one of the coolest characters. Let you guys know right off the bat that he's in this for the money. Well, he speaks his truth even though it's just about money. He bickers back and forth a lot with the droids, with Chewie, Luke, and even Princess Leia. And it adds for a lot of fun moments because you're laughing at, the situation the groups are being put into, the relationship, the dialogue between everybody. Han Solo just makes it for a more relaxed film. And that's what Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope is. It's a relaxed film. It takes its time building up its character in the beginning. We get the droids in the beginning, and most of the film, the first 30 minutes, is on Tatooine, learning about the Force and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker, the droids, the Darth Vader. We'll talk a lot about Darth Vader later on, but it's a slow-paced film in the beginning. We're not getting a lot of things thrown at us at once. We're getting a lot of characters and a lot of character development throughout, which is needed. It's a 2-hour film. It's simple, but what makes this film so great is the characters, the introduction, and the progressions, and the development of these characters. Besides the characters, everything else is great too. Best thing about this movie is the characters. The first scene we get in Star Wars of Darth Vader, he doesn't really say much. He just walks through this cloud, and right off the bat, you can tell that this guy is feared throughout the galaxy. He's kind of stepping over bodies. He's got his posse of stormtroopers behind him. We know that this guy means business. And he is one of the best villains of all time because, and they could have did this where he could have just force choke people through the screen, and you know, that would have been it. But he gets involved a lot. He gets in his TIE fighter, gets in there, he's like, let me do it, I'll show you guys how it's done. So Darth Vader just doesn't sit behind a desk and force chokes people, he gets out there and fights the battle too. For a film being made in 1977, it looks beautiful. It looks even better than Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. It holds up so well with its special effects, and it's just such a beautiful film. You got space and the ships and the planets, everything about it is so beautiful. And right off the bat with the spaceship scene and just going across the galaxy, right at that moment you're just locked in and you know that this is going to be a great film. So the special effects are very well done for the time that it's created, and it just holds up to date. So Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope is a beautiful film. It's got great characters, great introduction characters, a great introduction to those characters, great comic relief from the droids and Han Solo, a sinister, feared villain that's not afraid to get down and dirty, great special effects, a simple storyline that's not a lot of things thrown at you at once, a lot of things that you're intrigued by, you want to know more, you want to get involved, you're locked from the moment this movie is started. And to top it all off with, I'm going to say, the best score of any single movie. I don't care, you can argue with me that this is the best score of any film ever made. So this Just Watch Movies with this Star Wars review of Episode 4, A New Hope, leading up to Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. If you guys want to check out my review of Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3, the link will be down below. They'll be on my channel. Thank you guys for watching as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and may the Force be with you.